The distress signal pulsed through the void for 37 cycles before anyone responded. Ambassador Trill of the Veldari Collective had almost given up hope as their colony ship's life support systems continued their slow, inevitable decline. Their vessel, carrying the last 5,000 survivors of their species, drifted helplessly at the edge of an uncharted system. "Something is approaching," announced Navigator Lum, their voice tinged with both hope and apprehension. 3 vessels, unknown configuration. Trill hurried to the command center, their 4 slender limbs moving with the careful grace characteristic of their species. The holoscreen displayed 3 massive ships that cut through space with impossible speed. "Open communications," ordered Trill. Static filled the channel before resolving into a clear voice. "This is Captain Thomas Rivera of the Earth Alliance, vessel Thermopylae. We received your distress call. How can we assist?" The command center fell silent. Humans. Deathworlders. The species that had clawed its way to the stars from a planet trying constantly to kill them. "We are grateful for your response," Trill replied carefully. "Our colony vessel has suffered catastrophic system failures. Life support will fail completely within 12 hours. Understood. Prepare to receive boarding teams. We'll begin. Evacuation procedures immediately." Within minutes, shuttlecraft departed from the human vessels. Trill watched with trepidation as they approached. The Veldari had only heard stories about humans, tales of a species born on a planet with crushing gravity, deadly microbes, extreme temperature variations, and predators that would make any rational being flee in terror. Yet somehow, these Deathworlders had not only survived but thrived. The first human team boarded through the main airlock. Their leader removed her helmet, revealing pale skin and auburn hair tied back practically. "Commander Ava Wilson, engineering specialist," she said, extending a hand in what Trill recognized as a human greeting gesture. Trill merely bowed, unwilling to touch the human's skin. "We appreciate your assistance, Commander. Our scans show multiple critical failures in your life support and propulsion systems," Wilson said, consulting a device on her wrist. "My team will attempt repairs while Captain Rivera prepares evacuation options." The humans moved with startling efficiency. Their bodies, evolved on a high-gravity world, handled the tools with ease, working tirelessly in conditions that would exhaust a Veldari in minutes. They communicated in short, precise terms, occasionally making sounds that Trill's translator identified as laughter, an inappropriate response to dangerous situations that seemed uniquely human. "Ambassador," Wilson called after 2 hours of work. "The damage is too extensive. We need to evacuate your people immediately." Panic rippled through the command center. "But we number 5,000, protested Science Officer Pelm. "Surely your vessels cannot accommodate so many." Wilson smiled. "Captain Rivera anticipated this. The Thermopylae and her sister ships are colony vessels themselves. We were on our way to establish a new outpost when we received your signal. We have ample room." As evacuation began, Trill observed the humans with fascination. They worked without rest, lifting Veldari children with gentle care despite possessing strength that could easily crush their fragile bodies. When a section of corridor collapsed, trapping 20 Veldari, a human named Marcus forced the metal apart with his bare hands, sustaining injuries that would have killed a Veldari but which he dismissed as just a scratch. On board the Thermopylae, Captain Rivera welcomed the refugees personally. He was a broad-shouldered man with dark eyes that seemed to evaluate everything with military precision. "Your people will be safe here, Ambassador," he assured Trill. "Our medical team is preparing accommodations suitable for your physiology." "Why?" Trill finally asked the question that had been burning inside them. "Why would you divert your mission to save us? We have nothing to offer in return." Rivera looked genuinely confused. "You were in trouble. You asked for help. What other reason would we need?" 3 days later, as the human ships approached the nearest Galactic Council outpost, Trill stood beside Captain Rivera on the bridge. The captain had just finished explaining that the humans had adjusted their colonization plans to include finding a suitable world for the Veldari near their own new colony. Our species are quite different, Trill observed. Your world would kill my kind within minutes. The gravity alone would crush our bodies. Rivera nodded. Yet here we are, traveling the same stars. Perhaps what matters isn't where we came from, but where we're going. The communications officer interrupted. Captain, we're receiving a transmission from Galactic Council headquarters. They're surprised to see Veldari survivors accompanied by human vessels. Patch it through, Rivera ordered. The council representative, a Jovian with shimmering scales, appeared on screen. Ambassador Trill, we received your distress call but calculated no possible rescue scenario. How did you? The Jovian stopped abruptly, noticing Rivera. You involved humans, Deathworlders? They saved us all, Trill replied simply. But the danger, their unpredictable nature, their violence, their compassion, Trill interrupted. Their strength used to protect rather than harm. Perhaps we have been wrong about humans. After the transmission ended, Rivera turned to Trill. What did he mean by Deathworlders? Trill hesitated. It is what many species call yours. You come from a planet that would kill most sentient life. You evolved alongside predators, disease, natural disasters, yet you survived. Many fear what that implies about your species. Rivera laughed. And all this time we thought we were the fragile newcomers to galactic society. As the Thermopylae approached the outpost, its lights glimmering against the backdrop of stars, Trill realized something profound. The galaxy had long feared humans for their Deathworld origins, for the strength and resilience such an environment had forged. Yet those same qualities had saved the Veldari when no one else would, or could help. The humans had not come with weapons drawn but with open hands. They had not conquered but rescued. Perhaps, Trill thought, watching the efficient movements of the bridge crew, the term Deathworlder had been misunderstood all along. These humans had not brought death to the stars. They had brought an unrelenting determination to preserve life, no matter the odds. And perhaps that was the most remarkable thing about them after all.